So I have a question from Aryan Chemburkar, studying in class 9, and he writes that recently I had come across the topic scalars and vectors. In it, I had a doubt whether area is a scalar or vector. I had asked various teachers and they had varied answers, but I could not find it convincing enough. Could you please explain it to me, sir? So that is the mail from Aryan. So Aryan, you must have studied that scalars are quantities which only have magnitude, and vectors are quantities which have magnitudes as well as directions. On top of it, there are certain other conditions. If you talk of scalars, they can be represented by just one number. Whereas if you want to describe a vector quantity, what you need is three numbers: the x component, the y component, and the z component. You have to fix up x, y, z axis, of course, if you talk in terms of the components. Then if you change your x, y, z axis, then these components change, and they change in a very specific manner. So vectors need all those characteristics. Fine. Then the question is addition of vectors. So if you have scalar quantities, to add, you just use your rules of arithmetic and algebra. But if you have vector quantities which have magnitudes and directions, and which follow all the other characteristics of vectors, the addition has to be defined in a meaningful way, which has a physical meaning. And depending on how you define the addition, you have certain rules of additions, vector additions. So two vectors of magnitude, say 5 and 5, they can add to 0 if they are in opposite directions. They can add to 10 if they are in the same direction. They can add to anything between 0 and 10 depending on what is the angle between the directions of these two vectors. So these are various factors on which you decide something is vector or something is scalar. Now come to area. Suppose you have a cube, and each face has some area, and if you want total surface area of the cube, what do? You simply add the 6 areas algebraically or arithmetically. So that's a characteristic of scalar, right? So area as such is a scalar, but then it is useful to define a vector corresponding to an area. Okay, so if you have a small area, suppose you have a small area, then you can draw a perpendicular to the area, normal to the area. So you draw a normal to the area, this side or that side. You have to decide which side is your side and which side is the negative side. So you draw a normal and then say that I define a vector by giving its magnitude and directions, and the magnitude is the area of this, actual area of this in centimeter square or millimeter square, right? And the direction of that vector, magnitude we have already decided how many centimeter square, that is the magnitude, and the direction is along this normal, So if I define a quantity which has magnitude equal to the actual area of this surface and whose direction is along the normal, it does follow all those characteristics of x, y, z component. That is a vector quantity. So sometimes we call it area vector. Why? Because in constructing this vector, the area has been used. So my take will be area as such is a scalar quantity, but then you can define a vector corresponding to that area, and that vector can be called as area vector. So that's why you come across these terms. Area is, sometimes you see that people talk of area as a scalar, sometimes you see that people talk of area as